is the Transformers Takara Tomy Dramatic Capture Series Nemesis Bridge 3-pack set of Shockwave, Megatron, and Soundwave with Laserbeak. All figures are from the War for Cybertron trilogy series of figures that have been repainted to look like how they did in the old G1 cartoon when they were pursuing the Autobots in the first episode back in 1984, September 17th. 1984, 40 years ago. They were on the bridge of their battle cruiser, their ship called the Nemesis, and we got 3 of them right here. And if I'm not mistaken, Hasbro is also releasing their version, but instead of Megatron, they'll have Starscream. So this is a Takara Tomy product, but as you can see right here, there is a sleeve, and once you move out the sleeve, it will reveal a Generation Selects type of box. You can't really see the actual contents until you open the box. So Generation Select, but you do see some really nice artwork of the Nemesis. Unfortunately, I do not have the Titan class Nemesis figure. I did pick up this set from Hobby Corner via their Shopee online store, and again, you get to see some dings and dents. They did pack it with some bubble wrap, but because they put it in a makeshift box that's just exactly the same size as this box, the box got thrown around and it will have dents even if it's been wrapped in bubble wrap. So if Hobby Corner is watching, you guys, if you bubble wrap the thing, please put it in it's okay to put a makeshift box. Use one, just make sure the makeshift box is a little bit bigger than the actual box so that it'll have some give, allow the box to move about, and allow the bubble wrap to absorb any force or impact it may have on. Because even if you bubble wrap the thing, if you put it in a size fitting, exact fitting box, the impact, the kinetic energy doesn't have time to get dissipated by the bubble wrap. It'll just be absorbed and it'll dent the box. So please, Hobby Corner, if you're listening, for your future releases, please do that. There is some Japanese characters right here. If my katakana is correct, it's a little rusty, but I think it says Nemeshisu Burutsuji. Nemeshisu Burutsuji. So Nemesis Bridge in Japanese, I suppose, the direct translation. So I guess that's it. For this review, we will be focusing on the Decepticons communications and espionage specialist, Soundwave, which is, I believe, the redeco or repaint of the War for Cybertron trilogy Voyager class Soundwave, which was a Netflix Walmart exclusive figure. It's just ridiculously impossible to get this figure. Now we have another version of that figure. Hopefully this is the better version. Unfortunately, this one does not come with Ravage. We'll talk about that later. Let's get Soundwave out of packaging. And here is the Nemesis Bridge Soundwave and a Laserbeak out of the box, and boy, this figure looks absolutely terrific. I think he's the best looking one in the lot. Better than Shockwave, certainly better than Megatron, and I think this is the best Generations Soundwave figure, or G1 styled Soundwave figure for the Generations line that we've ever had from Hasbro and Takara Tomy. Best version of this mold, for that matter, and I'm really loving this new redeco. It has some issues, we'll talk about those later, but it is a pretty darn good looking figure. Let's take a close look at the details of this new dramatic capture series, Nemesis Bridge, Voyager class Soundwave and Laserbeak by Takara Tomy. Head to toe, the figure still stands at about 16.5 centimeters tall, or about 6.5 inches tall. And here he is with his set mates. We've got from the same Nemesis Bridge Generation Selects set, Megatron, which is the Earthrise Megatron, as well as the Nemesis Bridge Shockwave, which is really the Siege War for Cybertron trilogy Shockwave. And I think he's the best one out of all these 3, with Megatron being the worst and him being in second place. But he turned out the best. It could be because I'm a big Soundwave fan, but I think in terms of paint apps and even the mold itself, I think this is the best figure in this set. And here he is with the Netflix War for Cybertron Trilogy Earth Mode or Earthrise Voyager class Soundwave with Ravage and Laserbeak. And essentially, it's the exact same figure. Big difference is that just the paint apps. They didn't change the head sculpt. Major difference, apart from the paint apps, is that this one doesn't come with Ravage, which is a shame. I don't know why they did that. The only way to get this version of the War for Cybertron Trilogy Ravage is through this Soundwave, because the 2-pack Micromaster pack is a different mold. It's a Cybertronian Ravage, so that kind of sucks. I don't know why they did that. So paint apps are pretty obvious difference. You get to see a lot more silver on this one. You get some red. There's a red highlight here on his shoulder. You get the silver paint on the arms, which this one does not have. His feet are painted silver. You get a different kind of silver for the legs. This one's a little dark silver. This one's a little lighter, more aluminum or chrome. You can see the chest. This one is a little bit of a banana yellow. This one is a lemon yellow. I do like this one better for some reason. Silver on the head sculpt's relatively the same. You get the gun. It's now painted silver. This tip right here, I can show you. Yep, this one's unpainted. Also, if you look at his shoulder cannon, the shoulder cannon has some red highlights. This one does not. And again, you get a good look at that chest. It still opens up. You can store any of the cassettes, Micromaster Minion cassettes, and yeah, the gold right here on the sides of the cassette tape deck is relatively similar. The head sculpt's the same. They didn't change it. They're both red, non-working. Light piping, I've tried my best to put some light there. It doesn't work, but it's supposed to be red. The silver, again, as you can see, much brighter, much closer to aluminum or chrome with this new one. Also, the gray bits that they used for the thighs. This one's a darker gray. This one's obviously a more whitish type of gray. Same with the elbows. The blue plastic that they used for this one is a little darker. This one's a little bit more navy blue. This one's a little bit more indigo. Now, as far as Laserbeak is concerned, it's the exact same figure. They didn't change anything. Paint apps are exactly the same. Silver highlights, the eyes are painted almost the same. The biggest difference is really the color of that red plastic. This one's a darker shade of red. This one's a more orangey type of red. The gray plastic that they use is a little lighter also on this one. Look at the legs. This one's a little darker gray, lighter gray, same with the legs, but different kind of gray plastic. So that's the main difference for Laserbeak. But for all intents and purposes, all the tempos, the Decepticon logos, the cassette logos right here, they're basically the same. Now, both of them come with this accessory gun, or this is what you use to put on the back of Megatron to simulate that G1 look. It's entirely the same, just a difference in plastic. This one's a dark gray. This one's obviously a lighter gray. Now, as far as mold degradation, unfortunately, there's a little degradation. Not as bad as Megatron, but there's a little looseness to him, but it's not as unbearable as Megatron. So this one's very tight, but this one's, yeah, a little loose on my copy. So all the gimmicks will still work. You can fit any of the Micromaster cassettes there. Transformation should be the same. We'll show that off later. Articulation is basically the same. Nothing's changed. It's a way for collectors to get this mold without really, getting the shattered glass and repainting it or paying scalper prices for this one. So let's transform him. Let's start with Laserbeak. You want to go ahead and fold the backpack, fold the head, fold the wings, and fold the legs. You can pop it on to his chest, and it'll store there. Laserbeak, eject, operation, assimilation. Okay, that's what he does. Weapons, you want to go ahead and fold this. Go ahead and pop that, the barrel of the gun there, and then this one will stay there. Fold that up. Okay, rotate the biceps. Go ahead and fold up the fists. Rotate the waist. Fold out the backpack, tuck in the head, fold that back in. Go ahead and fold back the arms. Never transformed this figure yet. This is the first time we are transforming this version of this figure. Okay, one thing I did notice though on my copy of the figure is that the legs they're always springing back out. They don't want to stand up. You can't position the legs in a standing museum pose. They always love to spring out. I don't know if that's a manufacturing issue or an issue just on my particular copy, but okay. You open up these panels right here, fold up these bits, and fold up the feet. Go ahead and close panels onto the feet. These are going to open up. Okay, and then you want to make him do the splits, and then rotate the legs. Make sure this painted piece is facing front, and you want to tab those legs. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Okay, we'll tidy that up later. Okay, just rotate the thighs, not the hips. Go ahead and fold and tab. And then finally, this piece right here is gonna tab and lock everything in place. And there is Nemesis Bridge Soundwave in his portable cassette tape recorder alt mode. For those of you who have no idea what this thing is, you are so young. Pop in the cassette, play some music, pop it back out, flip the side B, then play it back. I mean, yep, that's what play, rewind, fast forward is. Now the other weapons, you can obviously just store them right here. Okay, that's that. If you want to compare him with the Netflix Earthrise version, yep, definitely this one looks so much better. Even the silver paint on the cassette recorder components looks so much better here. The blue paint looks better. Silver paint looks great. Even the chest plate looks so much better. Oh yeah, definitely. You want to just pop those cassette tapes in. Yep, there you go. Some final thoughts on this Nemesis Bridge Soundwave. Definitely the best version of this mold and the best generations G1 style Soundwave we've ever had from Hasbro and Takara Tomy. I really love this figure. And I think I have to let go of my old Netflix version in favor of this. Just not sure if I'm going to part with Ravage though. I love the paint apps. It's close to how he looked like in the cartoon, and even the toy. It looks great in both modes. It's a shame he's got some mold degradation, but easily forgivable once you see how good this guy looks. Obviously, the figure is going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. And as far as the entire Nemesis Bridge set is concerned, I think it's just an amazing set. Let's start with value. The price it's going for is about the price of a current leader class plus the price of a current Voyager class figure. So you're literally getting one figure free plus a ton of other accessories, which is easily, I think, another leader class figure. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And on top of that, you're getting 3 of the most popular, well-loved, I should say, Decepticons of all time. This is the best version of this Megatron, if you ask me, because of the paint apps. You may have a lot of issues, quality issues going on with him, but in terms of paint apps and deco, I think that's the best version of this mold. Shockwave is the same. I love this new deco, and I don't think sorry to keep repeating myself, but I think this is the best Soundwave, best version of this mold for the Generations line that we've ever seen. It's just a shame that we don't get Ravage with this set. Had we gotten Ravage, this would have been a super perfect set. I would probably give it an 11 for the entire set. But as it is, despite him being a 9 and him being, what, a 9.5, yeah, I'll bump him up to a 10. This one's obviously a 10. I think the whole set deserves a 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Nemesis Bridge Soundwave and the entire set of that Dramatic Capture series Nemesis Bridge 3-pack or 4-pack if you ask me, featuring Megatron, Shockwave, Soundwave, and Laserbeak. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.